I'm working on restoring this vintage Homelite Super 2 chainsaw. I've taken it apart, taken the housing and the motor out, cleaned it up a whole bunch. This video, I want to show you how to clean the gas tank. The oil tank seemed to be in good shape. I looked inside, it had clean oil in it, so I'm not going to mess with that. But the gas tank, the one with the red cap, is really, really disgusting inside. I'll show you a video with a scope that I have, and I'm going to go through a procedure to clean the inside of that tank so that we get this engine running with nice, clean gasoline. I took the cap off the gas tank, and as you can see, the inside is it's turned white. It's pretty gross. Again, I'm going to show you in the next part what the bottom and the whole inside looks like with a scope, and hopefully we can get all that garbage out of there and get a nice clean inside for the gas. Well, I bought a video scope off of eBay for about 25 bucks. It's not really good quality, but it was cheap, and I just figured it would do the job. So I'm just running it through the gas tank, and you can see the just all the gunk in there, the white that's stuck along the inside of the gas tank, some shiny liquidy gunk, and variety of stuff. So this may get boring, but you could just skip ahead. I'm just going to leave the whole thing on just to show you what 20 or 30 or more years of dead gas can do to a gas tank. What you're going to need is the gas tank that we're going to work on with the cap, some spray Gumout, an empty jar, some of my favorite simple green cleaner, which is a degreaser and works on everything, some paper towels, and the key is some sand from the beach. My local beach has a nice blend of sand that has rocks in it, and we're going to put that into the tank and let that do some abrasion and get rid of whatever gunk is inside the tank. Now, I did pull out the gas filter from here, and I cleaned the gas filter up with some of this Gumout, sprayed it up, let it soak, dried it out, and I think the gas filter will work just fine. I don't want to remove this hose. It seems to be in good shape. It's such a pain to get it back into the hole there, so I'm not removing it. I'm just going to work with it as it is. But what I'm going to start doing is just taking handfuls of this sand and putting it into the gas tank. So I purchased this handy dandy contraption from eBay that holds my iPhone steady, and I attach it to my tripod. Seems to be a great little device. It holds the iPhone, and lets me videotape it, you know, without having to hold it. It only cost me about, I think, $6, so we'll see how it works out here. But anyway, all right, let's see if this works a little better. Some of the big rocks won't go in there. Maybe I can just kind of dump them like that into the tank. Now, believe it or not, I didn't make this up. A friend of mine who's an auto restorer, he did this with a gas tank from a 1975 Cadillac. He actually took the gas tank off. He filled it with rocks, and then put it on a belt that rotated, and he allowed it to just rotate and rotate for like an hour, and then he drained all the rocks out, and the thing, all the rust from the inside of the gas tank came out, and it was beautiful. It was like a new gas tank. So this will work. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spray a bunch of Gumout into here to help it to lubricate this thing. I don't have a specific amount that I think I should spray, and I'm just guessing. Of course, we need to just clean the threads here so that we can get this cap back on. I'm just doing this to clean these threads of the sand, because without that I can't really get the cap back on. So let's see if we can get that on there. That's good enough. One thing I just discovered is that I did not yet replace the little duckbill valve. I ordered them, have not replaced it yet, so when I shake this up, I'm going to have to hold my finger over this so this stuff, the carb cleaner, doesn't come flying out. But I'm going to hold it. Cap's on. I'm just gonna shake it. I tell you what, I'm gonna put a knot in this tube here, because the Gumout is coming out of there as well. Okay, once again, got my finger over this, shaking it. I tied a knot in this hose so that nothing comes out. Shaking it upside down, shaking it this way. I don't have a specific length of time that I think I need to shake this. I'm just guessing. Like I said, I did this on another tank, very similar to this, and it worked fantastically. So I think the combination of the Gumout and the sand will really get all that junk off. Now I'm going to take the cap off, and you know, since what we got in here is kind of toxic, I'm putting it into a jar. In my town where I live, I have a we have a recycling system. So I would take this jar with all this liquid in it and take it there, and not just dump it in the ground someplace. So anyway, so the tank, you know, this is where the tank stands right now. What I'm going to do is to get the Gumout and all that out, I'm going to take my Simple Green and pour a bunch of it in there. Wipe this top off again. Yeah, I got quite a bit of sand on the threads, so I'm gonna have to clean that out a bit to get this straightened out. But let's put the cap back on halfway. Once again, now I got the Simple Green in here, shaking this up. Got my finger over the hole where the duckbill valve would go. Sorry, it's leaking a little bit, but at least I got cardboard down. And trying to get all the Gumout out. And once again, oops. Once again, I'm going to pour that into the into my disposal jar. My final step is going to be to put water in here and give it a good rinse. So I'm going to go inside and get a water container. Okay, now I'm going to put some water in here. Fill this up. Shake it up a bit again. Dump it into here. Get all the rocks out of it. Fill it up one more time. Shake it up, shake it up. Fill that up. Once again, dispose of this properly, not throwing it in the ground, okay? All right, once again, I'm just gonna spray this down with some Simple Green, get it in there. I wanna make sure that since this Simple Green is a degreaser, I wanna make sure that I get any grease that's left in there out. Give it a little shake, add some water. Okay. Once again, I gotta hold my finger over that and put the cap back on. And we shake that up, shake that up, shake that up, shake that up, shake that up. I can tell there's no more rocks in there, so that's good. And get that down, shaking that up. Got another jar. Put that in there. Oops. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's full. Let's put a cap on that. And my other jar. I'll just put the rest of it in there. So now, hopefully the tank is clean inside now. Of course it's wet, so we're gonna have to leave this outside to air out for overnight maybe. It will dry out. You don't want to, of course, put gasoline in there at this point. Okay, now that I've cleaned out this gas tank from my Homelite chainsaw that was full of goop, I'm going to go in here with my scope and see if there is an improvement. Now look at that. Much less of the white crap that was stuck on there. Oops. Let's go down. Look at that. Almost all of the just the sludge that was in there is gone. There's a little bit of water. I think just this has to dry out a little bit more after I worked on it. There might still be a little water in there, but I mean, look at the plastic of the inside of this tank. I mean, it's black. It's nice. It looks dry. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm gonna go a little deeper with the scope. Sorry, you know, it's a little hard to figure your positioning with the scope. I don't know what that is. Maybe a little bit of junk left over. I mean, if you go around the sides here, you can see how nice and dry and clean most of it is compared to what it was before. Still a little bit of stuff on it, but I'm sure if I worked it a little more and shook that sand in there, might have been better. But as far as I'm concerned, this is I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm pulling it right out of there. Yeah, I mean, you can see that, like, the top was all full of white residue, and that's all gone now. And just looking inside there, it looks really clean. So I'm going to put the gas filter back on, and then put it back on my machine and start her up. So a couple of things I just wanted to finish up with. This is the fuel filter that I cleaned. I'm going to show you an image of the filter before. And after I cleaned it with the spray Gumout carb cleaner, and it's looking pretty good, so I'm going to reuse this. One thing that I wanted to really cover was after we had put the sand in, washed it out. Of course, it would be important to make sure that there was no sand stuck in this hose. So I'm just going to blow through this hose and you know, make sure. Sorry, I'll do this off camera. So yeah, that's that. If you really wanted to take it a step further, you could spray some Gumout through this hose and just allow it to clean that out. And you know what? Let's do that, because we don't actually know if that hose was, you know, had any garbage or gunk on the inside of it. So what I'm going to do is just get my Gumout, put the attachment on there, get a piece of paper towel there, and then just spray this down. I think that's the lunch bell. I'm gonna pause. So once again, I'm just going to blow through this and just get any of that gum out that's left in there. Let it go right onto the paper towel. Okay, so now we can be sure that there's no sand that was left, or even gummed up gasoline in that hose. And once again, I did actually test this hose by holding one side with my finger and blowing in the other side, and there was no leakage, so I'm just leaving that hose on there. So to get the fuel filter back on, what I like to do is just spray it with a little, this is a great product, Blaster silicone lubricant. So I just spray with a little bit of that, just the end. And then I can reattach it here to the hose. Just twist that a little bit and it'll go right on. Now, the important part is that, of course, this fuel filter has to have enough hose to get all the way to the bottom of the tank. So I'm going to pull this way in. Get that in there, and you can just shake it around a little bit. I don't think that's actually enough. Sorry, got my device here. I'm just going to pull it in a little bit more. Here we go. So now once we put the fuel filter in there, shake it around a little bit, make sure it's sitting on the bottom of the tank, which it is now. This piece of hose is going to eventually, when we put the engine back together, attach back to the carburetor, and I may need to pull a little bit or push a little bit to get this to the right length, so that everything fits right. There's plenty of videos showing how to put the Homelite's chainsaw together, so I'm not going to go into that, but at this point, this gas tank is ready to go, and I hope this video has helped you to see what to do with when you're restoring a 20-30-year-old chainsaw that hasn't been used and has garbage in the gas tank. Once again, don't forget, I did actually now get the duckbill valve, and I got these on eBay, and they fit perfectly. They were inexpensive, and that allows air to get in, but does not allow gasoline to get out. The other thing that's important here is that these caps have a cork gasket that keeps the gasoline from leaking out, and it will leak out if these gaskets are old and dried out. And again, you can buy those gaskets from off of eBay. They're a little expensive, maybe like $3 each or something, but it's worth it, because if you're using the chainsaw and it starts pissing oil out, it's not good. So sorry for that slang. Anyway, there you go. Hope this video was helpful. Take care.